setting, I don't think you necessarily.
Do you think you're interested when you're like, if you're clubbing, doing that's an interest because do you think you just know it generically what percentage the drinks might have? Or do you ever look? Yeah. Would you ever ask or look, or do you just go for something that you know?
I think you just go for something that you know, like we said with the whole branding, like if you know what it's like, you know what effect it's going to have on you. So you wouldn't really ask, you would just go for something that you recognise.
Would people be interested, for example, if you're in a club, you have all sort of the shots behind, and it said the number of units of one shot of each, and then also with an alcohol pop it said the number of units in that, and with a pint of beer, so you could make that decision based on some knowledge, or would you just continue to do what you do anyway and ignore that?
I think it may be good to have the information there, like, because some people obviously want to know.
Yeah.
So if you've got the information there, you can either choose to like keep it or not.
Yeah.
But at least if you want to.
I don't think you'd know the impact it had on you until it actually was there in front of you, because you wouldn't consciously take notice of it, but it could still impact you. Like, I don't say that I consciously take note of what's in sort of like food or something like on the label, but if I see, but consciously I know that there's probably not much in my fridge that has got a full wheel of red.
Yeah. Okay.
But I don't, it's not that I've done that intentionally or not thought that I've done that intentionally, but there probably won't be much.
I think you're
You wouldn't. You still drink what you were drinking before.
yeah, I just prefer to choose the brands and alcohol, which I know that she said.
It's the same over here.
If both like percentage or not, like whatever with the drink, I end up just working out what gives the best value.
I think I would do exactly.
So if something was expensive but like well, not like alcoholic but the same price something else, I'd probably go for that one. Like, no matter what that was.
But you would take an interest, you would actually
Yeah.
look at something like that if it was
If it was there, yeah.
But possibly, it's a thing that's maybe come across that people would be looking at percentage and quantities so they could drink more rather than drink less. Is that?
I do that with my personality. I go down, calculate on the phone,
Yeah.
like working out, because I know people, like big companies trying to rip you off, try and, you know, one up on each other, different bottle size and stuff like that. So I just try and be informed about what I'm buying. I'll probably still buy a well-known brand like Budweiser or something like that, but I'll get the better value deal for that well-known drink.
And like I was saying, so kind of in those settings, you'd be in the setting of like a club or free drinks or stuff like that. You'd be looking at units and percentages, and you think it's the setting that makes you look at those things. So say in the restaurant, you would look at those, and the calories might be more, if they were on the menu, might be more relevant to the situation. Do you think that's kind of
The type of drink, to me, the type of drink you would have in different settings rather than
right?
the alcohol
Okay.
content. Like if I went out, if I go for a mixer, so that's what I go for. It's like, it wouldn't matter. If I was in a restaurant, I probably wouldn't order a vodka and coke to have in a meal. I'd rather order a couple of wines.
Okay. And is that because of the perceived quantity in
I
it?
guess it's just perceived of what's associated with those drinks. Like wine, I associate a bit more suitable for having in a meal than order vodka and coke. I know other people would order a vodka and coke with a meal.
So you know, when we had the wines earlier
Right.
and stuff, is that the sort of thing you would associate a wine as with a meal and then the vodka is more for going out? That's the sort of thing.
Yeah.
Going back to that.
And I was just wondering as well, because you've always talking about brands, so like you'd go for a brand that you know, but obviously the choice of that brand has come from an original choice that you once made in a shop. And I wondered like when that was or why that was. So if you chose like Smirnoff in a shop, was it because your peers were using that, or?
The data you can give them that before, or that's all.
I think I would
No,
maybe
because
like sorry, but my parents, because of like their brand is like vodka or Bacardi, they would go for those brands. So I think I would go for them because I know that my parents like it, so it's like a nice.
Do you think there's an element as well of just saying that vodka or Bacardi? But
Yeah.
Bacardi is a brand, so you
Yeah.
think with some brands like Smirnoff, that's the one that everyone thinks of first for vodka,
Mm.
and everyone seems to think of Bacardi first
Yeah.
for rum. So do you think some places sort of have that monopoly will always be chosen regardless of their content?
Would you guys?
Please.
Even if something are better, people will probably go for that.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know, for me it's like I decide based on taste. Quite often, like, I've generally tried a few different beers and then,
Right, so you make that choice on your own. You
Yeah.
don't really look around there.
yeah, I mean, I guess when I was younger, then yeah, I probably was influenced by what my friends were drinking. But now it's kind of, that's irrelevant.
There's a lot of individual differences between people, like whether you actually test it out yourself or whether you just go for what's socially kind of acceptable, known.
I think that comes with age as well. I think maybe.
As you get
Maybe
older,
just as you get
make
older, I think
habits
you maybe.
and-
I think when you're younger, you're sort of stuck with you've got your certain drinks that you'll have again and again. You know, your safe drinks. And I think the older you get, the way your lifestyle changes. I think you'll start. I think that's what happens to me if I get older. Well, when I get older, I'll start, going for more beers. I mean, my dad now he's 41 and he's only just started. I mean, he drinks a lot of wine, different wines. He's a sort of wine guy, but he's trying all these real ales now. He's going through a bit of a ale crisis, He's trying all these different drinks, but at the moment, the only things I drink are what my dad was drinking when I
So
was
it's
growing
more
up.
your family than your peers?
Yeah. Well, yeah, I didn't really want to do too much underage drinking, so it was like I didn't have any influence really from my friends.
But now do you think, like, if people around you are drinking?
I think when I started, I think I was at an age where I was too aware of. I sort of already had these drinks. I think when you're younger, it's much easier to be affected by what other people are drinking. But now, if I see someone drinking a drink I've never tried, I'm just not really bothered.
Yeah, like I think when I was younger, I would have been influenced by my family and my parents. But now I just think like you said, if someone had something I've not tried, I'd maybe try it, but I wouldn't then like drink that all the time. I'd just be that intrigued. But I think I just choose what I want now based on what I would like to drink.
Then people have obviously said that you've got your safe brands and the brands you like and things. Is that purely taste, or is there any influence on the nutritional, the percentages and calories and stuff? Is that of any note, or is it purely taste that you're looking at?
I don't think you can taste, I just think it's just the fact that the name's known. Honestly,
Okay.
I'm quite, I don't know.
Yeah.
I just,
Yeah, most drinks are quite disgusting anyway, so it's just what you've had before, so you kind of
Know what you're getting.
Yeah.
I feel like you might not necessarily have the best, like it might be a well-known brand, but it might not be the best product because you know it's well-known.
Yeah.
You just go with it anyway.
Taurus from Aldi, I like the grey cider. Really cheap, really cheap.
Okay, so I think that's everything pretty much. Thanks
Yeah,
for
thank you very
coming
much.
along, it's been really useful. I'm sure all of us will be exciting to drink. We owe you, but yeah.
If anyone has any problems or questions, then there's the address on the consent form, or you feel free
We've
to
got
ask
it.
whoever you want.
Yeah. That's your brand.